Talk to Desdemona. Talk to her. They won't be here, bitch. They're fucking dead. I just blew up the Pride win, I promise. See? Fucking broken again, dude.
This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in. This time I'm ready. Because I know war.
War never changes. I have a question. The only question that matters.
How the fuck in the fucking goddamn Christ, Bethesda, do you release a fucking goddamn game that has 2 main story missions that are bugged out that you can't complete them? What the fuck? How does that even get by your fucking testing? Like how? How does that release? What's up everybody, Jaxxsin here, and today I want to talk a little bit about the Creation Club, Bethesda, mods, basically everything Bethesda, because it's my opinion that Bethesda has long since slipped out of being... honestly, here's the thing. I understand the appeal Bethesda has, because the majority of it comes from modding and the modder community and people who play the games. I have a friend, he won't play a Bethesda game unless it's on PC, because he knows that on PC he's gonna get mods, and I'm not talking about the fucking, like, bullshit mods they have on the fucking console. I played Fallout 4 with mods, and I played Skyrim on the PS4. Both of them on the PS4 with mods. Bleh. They're pointless. They're like removing textures to give you better frame rates. I mean, they're technically not pointless. It's just, you know what I mean. That's the type of thing. Or adds greenery or things like that, in which case the frames crash even harder. But there's only so much you can do on a console. Like sell crabs. Okay, now let's get into the Creation Club. To me, this is just another mark on the board of the list that I've been just putting together of reasons Bethesda has slipped into complacency due to the fucking fandom that never ever questions anything they do or criticizes anything they do. You talk to the hardcore Bethesda fanboy about Fallout 4 and he's gonna say it's just as good as Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. He's gonna claim it's the same quality, the same sort of fucking elements that made those games great are in it, okay? I'd have to disagree. I'd say it's a fucking pretty much straight shot, with 3 or 4 different endings. If you're lucky and can complete them, the one you choose, it might end up that you're just forced into one fucking ending because you've already attacked this faction for this faction, but now this faction's bugged out. Like Bethesda, the fucking Desdemona bug. We'll just call it the Bethesda bug because it's in pretty much every single game. There are quest-breaking bugs that just break the quest that you're on or the story that you're on. And in case of Fallout 4, it's every single faction. I've ran into a bug, with the Brotherhood. I've ran into a bug with the Railroad. I've ran into the bug with like the whatever the fuck your Freedom Army is called. We listen to classical music. Those fools. And obviously the Railroad, also broken. And just I don't even care to even think about that game. It's just ruined games for me. There's and I'm not gonna say that the game is without its merits. I think it was a great idea to help let you create things sandbox style and make your own bases and things like that. Protect your settlers. Protect them from what? I don't know. It was always the same group of raiders at the same fucking location that you've already been through and cleared 800 times, but now all of a sudden all the enemies are alive again, all the doors are locked, and all the loot's back, and all the little Alright, it was just... Fallout 4 was bad. Alright, now this is, obviously something that is apparent even more so now when we're getting remastered announcement for Skyrim, and then VR for Skyrim, and then the Wii Switch on Skyrim, and like Skyrim, right? They don't talk a single iota about a new fucking Elder Scrolls game. Because they don't need to. And that's where we tie it back into the Creation Club. This is obviously an attempt by Bethesda, the higher ups over there, the ones who are in control of the games, to try to make some coin off the novelty of mods on the console. I'm sorry, these things aren't going to do business on the PC, especially considering that if what they say is true, when they're talking about the Creation Club and they're saying, look, we're not doing away with fucking community mods. Like, community mods are still gonna exist. Everyone, you know, like, the way it is now, the way it's gonna be. We're just gonna also have these things, which are sanctioned community mods. Basically, Bethesda, the Pope says, oh, my son, this is a most holy of mod. You may sell this crab and get a cut. And that's why I kind of see, like, why I don't really have a big problem with it, alright? I don't care. If that's the truth, if what they're saying is the truth, and it's just a supplementary mod system that's just approved by Bethesda, so it'll work in, you know, official shit, so it doesn't fuck with your achievements or anything like that, obviously it's targeted towards the console, okay? Because Bethesda knows the same thing that, like, an Activision knows, or people like that. They know that they can fuck people on the console more than they can on the PC. I'm sorry, it happens all the time. There's just more options on the PC. There's more people trying to grab our dollar over here. You know, on the console, they kind of have a little monopoly about it, you know what I mean? And they gotta pay for the fucking, if it's online, I'm sure they're paying PlayStation something, so the PlayStation can get money from us for fucking whatever reason, we don't know. For the Plus membership that you have to have in order to fucking play anything online at all. Dark Souls 3 requires a fucking PlayStation Plus membership to play online. I don't even know what to say about that. That is like the dumbest shit ever. That's a core fundamental part of that game, and it has been since the beginning. Like, why the fuck is that something you have to pay for in a Souls game to be able to invade people? That's part of the fucking fundamental fucking Jesus. Anyway, we're getting off track here. If it's true what they're saying, that these are just supplemental mods, they're not gonna fuck with the existing mods. Existing mods are gonna stay the same. The community is going to be able to create mods, the modding community, free, clear. Bethesda's not gonna try to unsanction things or make things unavailable. If it's true, right? I'm not putting it past them. Alright? They're lying in official patch notes saying they fixed bugs that they haven't fixed. Alright? My faith in Bethesda is incredibly low at this current point in time. To me, I feel like they're a Blizzard at this point, where there's the great fun company that has just become complacent and lazy because their marketing team can sell a shit on a fucking pillow and will pay for it. We'll pay for it, right? I mean, I won't, but people will pay for it. Anyway, so, you know, that's why they don't need to make a new Elder Scrolls. They'll just remaster Skyrim. They don't need to make new Elder Scrolls. They'll just sell Skyrim on the Wii Switch. They don't need to make a new fucking Elder Scrolls. They'll just sell Skyrim on the fucking VR. You know what I mean? Blizzard's getting that way too, and I'm going to go into that in another video, but for the purposes of this video, I just wanted to say if the Creation Club is what Bethesda is saying it is, which I don't know if it is, no one can be 100% sure that at some point they won't try to block community mods, you know what I mean? Like, no one can say that that will not happen, alright? But if it stays what they say now, where it's like, okay, Joe Blow, who has an extra $80 and doesn't give a fuck about his life anymore, wants to buy a fucking crab, then he can buy a crab. He wants to buy, you know, armor in a game when he could, you know, play it on the PC and download a bunch of free armor sets provided by the modding community for free just because they have a passion and a drive for these games. A drive for these games that Bethesda long ago lost. You know what I mean? The Fallout 4 is any fucking, that should clue you in all you need to know to the passion that left Bethesda. It's gone, alright? They're complacent, they're going with safe decisions, safe money, things that are cheap, that they can, you know, it's cheap to fucking re-release a game, alright? You gotta make a brand new game, you gotta make a brand new engine. Well, Bethesda doesn't, they'll just fucking probably polish up their old one and have game fucking breaking bugs in it and just be like, oh, the modders will fix it. And then, you know, we'll sell them. No, that's the thing I wanted to, that's the whole point behind this video, was my thoughts on the Creation Club and Bethesda as a company now. I think they've become complacent. I think they've gotten lazy. I think they've gotten fat. They've forgotten about the passion. They forgot about the love of making video games. Fallout 4 felt uninspired. It felt safe. It felt like a crowd pleaser. It didn't feel like anyone going out of their way to try to expand on the formula or, you know, redesign it or redraw it anyway. It felt the same way Mass Effect Andromeda felt to me. Enjoyable, yes. Worth the money, yes. But at the end of the day, uninspired, hacky, and pretty much just safe. A crowd pleaser, something that's there to please the wide majority. And we see this with movies all the time, you know what I mean? And it's It's with these big companies. The more money they get, the more they have to risk. And the more they have to risk, the less they want to go with fucking exceptionally brilliant ideas that could lead to the innovation of the fucking games. It could lead to a brand new experience for everybody. They don't want to accept that. No, they want to make it go with like Destiny, perfect example. They didn't let it go and be what the people who were behind it wanted it to be. All right, something that redefined the fucking thing, something that was better, something that was greater than everything that they had, played, or, they wanted to expand upon it. No. What happens? All those people leave because they don't want to go with the fucking safe program of cut it down into pieces so we can fit the fucking budget programming with the fucking time that we need to develop new content, since our engine's shit and no one knows how to work with it because people have left and blah 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 blah. And it's safe decision after safe decision until finally we get to the Taken King and we have hacky free-to-play MMO mechanics that everyone praises because the bar is just that fucking low. And that's how I feel about Bethesda. I feel like they're the same sort of situation as a Bungie, as a Blizzard, where it's a name that I think a lot of people put a lot of stock in when they shouldn't. Because I think a company should be judged by its content and its delivery and its, decisions that it makes towards the gamer, and not about just the name, based on whatever, nostalgic feelings you may have, whatever, you know what I mean? Moving forward, we need to judge things on substance, not on a name and a great marketing team. And, Fallout 4, it's like Mass Effect Andromeda. I can't say they're bad games. I can't say that they're terrible fucking games. I just can't say that they're anything exceptional or something that I would go back to again and again, something that pulled me in and gripped me. It didn't have that feeling to it. It was uninspired. I've played games with less impressive graphics than those two games and been able to become more enveloped than those two, and it's sad when you have all of this technology, all of this money available to you, and you can't figure out how to evolve from what you were instead of just going for the massive pill safe way that will make it more financially successful. And that's the saddest part, is that ultimately it makes the money. And so we reward, safety. We reward, it's like the movies, man. How many bad movies have you gone to and just been like, God, that was so bad? And you're just talking shit on it with your friends. But guess what? Y'all just went and gave them fucking $8 to sit through that 2.5 hour piece of shit, and they made their money. And so it's ensured that there's gonna be a Transformers 2, Transformers 3, Transformers 4, Transformers 5, fucking Agents, Institutions, Dinosaurs, fucking on and on and on it goes. And it's this wheelhouse of cash and mediocrity, alright? And you see it in Hollywood. It's plain as day. You can't fucking, it's harder to nail it in video games because it's still fairly early. These games, they're still, but at a certain point, when are we gonna see it all just boil into this safe formula, and we just get a blockbuster game in the summer and we know it's just gonna be the same deal as the last one with varying characters and story arcs, right? But here's the formula. We have it written, this is screenwriting 101, this is game development 101. It's got to have microtransactions in it. It's got to have something for the player to dress up in. Because it's important to have costumes in a fucking video game. And then we can sell it. But the whole Creation Club thing, all that fucking random trail aside, Creation Club, I don't see the harm in it if it is what they say it is. But obviously I'm kind of skeptical. Let me know down below what you guys thought. Fucking till next time, keep kicking ass, stay awesome, stay safe. Love you guys. Ramble. Creation Club just seems fucking pointless to me if there's still community mods, but whatever. Talk to y'all later.